When you're done looking at your cover on the book, make sure you take a few moments to go into the book. Welcome back, YouTubers. This is Liking the Covers, and I'm liking to start my Fall into the Book series once again. And today's review is going to be Dark Shadows, number 11, from November 1971. And on the cover, you can see Barnabas and the thing that's coming after him, the golem. Starts out under the full moon. Quentin Collins has the curse of the werewolf, and he and the golem is out on the terrace of Collinwood. He is ready to kill Quentin Collins, the werewolf. And we see next, Elizabeth Collins screams out. The golem goes away. She goes to Barnabas. Barnabas tries to reassure her that yes, she saw something, but it might have been a shadow or a dog or somebody wandering over Collinwood. She says, "Thank you, Barnabas. I was a fool to go out there." So Barnabas leaves to go outside. A hand comes up behind him, touches him on the shoulder, and it belongs to Quentin. He and Quentin, they go to a library and they look up what they had seen. And this is the great Collinwood Library, where the centuries-old history of the Collins family lies, among dusty tombs. They find out the sign on the golem is the sign of the 13th constellation, double-headed cross of good and evil. Barnabas and Quentin are trying to figure out what it exactly means, and they are going back and forth, as they always have, trying to figure out what it means to the both of them. And then Barnabas tells him of a story from 600 years ago, where the villagers are yelling out, "Witch, sorcerer, magician of the night, evil one." This is Mordecai Collins and his family. And they are innocent, but the villagers see them as evil. And Mordecai decides that to cleanse the family name, Mordecai destroyed his kin who toyed with the black arts. When Mordecai died, a rabbi put together a statue with Mordecai's ashes and with clay and made the golem. And then he put that the beast would come out every 100 years, and that it would go to find out evil. As he says, all those who bear the name of Collins tremble if they carry evil in their breast. So they think the danger's through. And then Quentin realizes if Liz would not have said anything, he probably would have been dead. So it's becoming close to daybreak. Barnabas goes back to his coffin, and as he's getting ready to go in, he finds that the soil that belongs inside of his coffin has been taken out. So Barnabas, knowing that he has to have the soil in his coffin, and he thinks that the golem is the one that stole it, which comes out to be true. Quentin is safe, but Barnabas is not. And he knows that if he does not find a way to get the soil back, he's doomed. Then Quentin tells him about the golem will return in 100 years. You must go to that time to be there when he does. So Barnabas goes off, ends part 1, and on to part 2, the murder of Barnabas Collins, 13th star. So a seance is taking place, and among the seance seems to work or seems not to work. Don't know yet until Barnabas gets up, he leaves the seance and goes outside and sees that the Collins Comet, as it's called, is outside. So he must go and find the golem so he can find his grave soil. And realizing that they're not there, he's going around thinking that he has found the golem, but it's not. This is Halderan Collins. Collinwood, that's the name of this place. It's mine. I inherited it. Nobody has lived here for nearly 100 years, not since the murder. The murder? What murder? And he tells him it happened 100 years ago, the murder of my great-great-uncle Barnabas Collins. And it's got up here a sign of 100 years from now, which is supposed to be 2071. So Barnabas finds out that the one that had killed him 100 years ago was Elizabeth Collins Stoddard. Barnabas cannot believe that. So he goes to find and search for his grave soil. He runs across the golem. The golem and him fight. And then all the while they're fighting, he thinks about Elizabeth. He must protect her. And then the Collins person who lives there stops them from fighting. And then he shows him a room and he finds the soil. So Barnabas goes to leave. He runs, saying the comet is gone. I am safe from the golem, but how do I return to 1971? And then somebody behind me is saying, Barnabas, stop, don't go, Barnabas. And he finds out he's back in 1971. He says, I ran after you, haven't been anywhere. Perhaps not, Julia, perhaps not. And then again, who can truly say? Please, Julia, explain. I am not well. There is something that I must do. Please understand. I will, but understand I won't even try. Where is the place? I must remember the place. So he finds his grave soil, takes it to his coffin, and goes back into his coffin. And he says, the avenging spirit of Mordecai Collins has been foiled. I am left to seek my destiny, to find my rightful place in this strange world. I beg that the time is not far off, for now I am safe. And it says, safe for now. Sleep, Barnabas. Your time will come. It will come. So that's going to do it, YouTuber. That's the first of the new series for the second time I've done this series. Into the book. And I presented Dark Shadows, number 11 from November 1971. Until next time, when you are looking at your covers, remember, after the covers, go into the book.
There was no vampire loose on the great estate. For the first time at Collinwood, the marks on the neck were indeed those of an animal. Melanie soon recovered and went to live in Boston with her beloved Kendrick. There they prospered and had 3 children. Bramwell and Catherine were soon married, and at Flora's insistence stayed on at Collinwood, where Bramwell assumed control of the Collins business interests. Their love became a living legend, and for as long as they lived, the dark shadows at Collinwood were but a memory of the distant past.